Hi dears, today we will start a new topic, diseases of lacrimal apparatus. Before going to the topic, we will see the applied anatomy of lacrimal apparatus. Lacrimal apparatus comprises 1. Lacrimal glands, 2. Lacrimal passages. The lacrimal glands include main and accessory lacrimal glands. The main gland consists of an upper orbital and lower palpebral part. Accessory lacrimal glands include glands of Graves, glands of Wolfram. The lacrimal passages include puncta, canaliculi, lacrimal sac, and nasolacrimal duct. This is a picture showing lacrimal apparatus. We can see the lacrimal gland, the lacrimal ducts, superior and inferior canaliculi, lacrimal sac, nasolacrimal duct. This picture shows accessory lacrimal glands, glands of Wolfram and glands of Gross. Lacrimal ducts. There are about 6 to 12 in number. They dump tears on the surface of the conjunctiva of the upper lid through the palpebral part of the gland. The lacrimal drainage system. Tears drain into the upper and lower puncta and then into the lacrimal sac via the upper and lower canaliculi. They form a common canaliculus before entering the lacrimal sac. The nasolacrimal duct passes from the sac to the nose. Failure of the distal part of nasolacrimal duct to fully canalize at birth is a usual cause of watering, sticky eye in an infant. Tear drainage is an active process. Each blink helps to pump tears. Next, we will see about the tear film. The ocular surface is bathed constantly by the tears, secreted mainly by the lacrimal gland but supplemented by conjunctival secretions. They drain away via the nasolacrimal system. The epithelial cells of the ocular surface express a mucin glycocalyx, which renders the surface wettable. When the eyes are open, the exposed ocular surface, that is, the cornea and exposed wedges of bulbar conjunctiva, are covered by a tear film of 3 micrometer in thickness. This tear film comprises 3 layers. 1. A mucin gel layer produced by the conjunctival globular cells in contact with the ocular surface. 2. An aqueous layer produced by the lacrimal gland. 3. A surface oil layer produced by the meibomian glands and delivered to the lid margins. Functions of the tear film. It provides a smooth air-tear interface for distortion, that is, free infraction of light at the cornea. It transmits oxygen to the avascular cornea. It removes debris and foreign particles from the ocular surface through the flow of tears. It has antibacterial properties through the action of lysozyme, lactoferrin, defensins and immunoglobulins, particularly secretory immunoglobulin A. The tear film is replenished with each blink. Diseases related to lacrimal apparatus. Dry eye, the watering eye, dacrocystitis, swelling of lacrimal gland. Today we will see dry eye, etiological classification. It's of 2 types. 1. Aqueous deficiency dry eye. 2. Evaporative dry eye. We will see the first type, that is aqueous deficiency dry eye. It's also known as keratoconjunctivitis sicca. It's again of 2 types. A. Sjögren's syndrome. It's again of 2 types. They are primary and secondary. The other type is non-Sjögren's keratoconjunctivitis sicca. We will see the first type, that is Sjögren's syndrome. It is an autoimmune chronic inflammatory disease with multi-system involvement. It typically occurs in women between 40 to 50 years of age. The characteristic features are aqueous deficiency dry eye, that is keratoconjunctivitis sicca. Sjögren's syndrome is of two types, primary and secondary. The primary Sjögren's syndrome patients present with Zika complex, that is a combination of keratoconjunctivitis Zika and xerostomia, that is nothing but the dry mouth. In secondary Sjögren's syndrome, dry eye and or dry mouth are associated with an autoimmune disease, commonly rheumatoid arthritis. The other type, that is non-Sjögren's Zika, can be grouped as 1. Lacrimal deficiency, 2. Lacrimal gland duct obstruction, 3. Hypersecretory states, 4. Other conditions like Meges syndrome, diabetes mellitus and pseudoexfoliation. Second type, evaporative dry eye. It is caused by the conditions which decreases tear film stability and thus increase evaporation. 1. Meibomian gland diseases related dry eye. 2. Evaporative any eye in disorders of lid aperture, congruity and blink dynamics. 3. Ocular surface related evaporative dry eye. Symptoms of dry eye: irritation, foreign body sensation, feeling of dryness, itching, non-specific ocular discomfort, chronic sore eyes, etc. Signs of dry eye. First one, tear film signs. It may show presence of stinky mucus and particulate matter. Marginal tear strip is reduced or absent. Froth in tears along the lid margins is a sign of meibomian gland dysfunction. Next is the conjunctival signs. It becomes lusterless, mildly congested, conjunctival cirrhosis and keratinization may occur. Corneal signs. It may show punctate epithelial erosions, filaments and mucus plaques. Cornea may lose luster. Next, the signs of causative disease such as posterior blepharitis, conjunctival scarring diseases and lag of thalamus may be depicted. Complications of dry eye include loss of vision, epithelial breakdown, corneal ulceration, melting, perforation, etc. This much for today. About the tear film tests, we will discuss in the next class. Till then, bye bye.